we made it to Tanzania. We're gonna get our visa on arrival. It's $50 USD. And then we're gonna get an Uber and head over to the port.
More expensive. I take your good price.
their role. You have to let them look through your car if they come up, or no?
Sorry?
Do you have to let them look through your car if they come up to you, or no?
The parking is problem.
Oh, okay. Here's the Zanzibar Fest ferries. Okay. Thank you very much.
Maybe can I give you the come back ticket you're ready to pay?
No, I'm not ready to pay yet. No. This area is very congested when you come get your ferry tickets. You have to go straight to the office inside. There's a lot of people out here, so just be really careful. There was also a woman at the airport that didn't have money to pay for her visa. She was here on business and she lost all 3 of her credit cards, so I ended up paying for her visa for her, but they told her that she was going to go to jail if she wasn't able to pay. She didn't have cash or cards, so if you guys are coming, just make sure that you have your cash or your card ready for your visa, and then if you're taking the ferry, you have to really fight your way to the front inside to get the ferry tickets. There's a couple different companies too. You're looking for the Zanzibar fast ferries. It's at the very end, all the way to the very, very end. So you have to fight your way through. Don't talk to anybody. They're gonna come up and try to talk to you. Don't talk. Here's the ticket. Excuse me?
No camera.
Oh. They told me to put my camera away. I guess they don't want to be filmed. I have to push my way through here. And they gave me some juice in the VIP lounge. The VIP ticket is 60 USD. All right, we are boarding. Oh my God, you guys, I'm in the bathroom and it literally smells like something died. Like, this is the worst smelling bathroom I think I've ever been in. I don't even want to describe it. It's so gross. It smells like sour or something. It's so disgusting. And I paid $60 for this. I'm gonna take a flight back. There's no way I'm doing this again. I already purchased my flight to Malawi, but I cannot do this. This is gross. They give you a little snack, some nuts, muffin, and a samosa. And then they give you a drink. I got a Sprite, but the Wi-Fi isn't working, so I'm gonna continue to try to connect. I have Google Fi. I'm supposed to have unlimited international data, and in most places I do, but I don't have any data here. I also tried to buy an eSIM and the data still won't work, and I'm trying to connect to the Wi-Fi on the boat and the Wi-Fi doesn't work either. So hopefully the Wi-Fi works at my Airbnb once I get over there, but yeah, we'll see. I think they're showing us a tutorial on how to use the restroom. You shouldn't be scamming people. It's very bad. You know that. Oh, you're laughing. Cute. You have to be really careful because when you go get your passport stamped here, there's a woman outside that will try to sell you insurance that you don't have to get. She stands right outside and tries to tell you you need it, and the people who stamp the passport also tell you you need it, but you don't.
How are you? That's it? Hey, that's it. How are you? I have taxi from the light taxi. Hello, Jambo. Taxi with the price? Yeah. With the taxi maybe the map of Zanzibar is there. Tell me where I want to go. There. I give the good price for you. It's a taxi. Don't say.
Look at this. Buildings from the colonial era. Those are beautiful. Looks like that one's been pretty well maintained as well. This is, I think it's called an Edelweiss or an Edelweiss design. When it kind of has that triangle shape at the very top. That's really pretty. This is the start of the stone town as well, the old stone town. We're just walking down to the Airbnb. Thankfully, it's only 4 minutes away. So I don't have a lot of taxis and porters to get through.
Welcome, taxi please.
Best recommendation that I can give you is if you're going to come here and do this, or if you're going to be in this type of situation, get your phone out and film, because when they start to attack you, like the insurance person, the porters, the taxi drivers, when you get your phone out to film, they don't want to be on camera because they're doing something bad, they're doing something illegal, and they don't want anybody to see them on camera. So that's the best piece of advice that I could give somebody if they're going to try to do this, because they do slow down and they'll kind of stop, and they're a little bit better if you film them. All right, guys, so this really isn't bad accommodations at all. This is in an old stone building as well in Old Town, so I really like it because this is a historical building. But we have some AC, we have our bed, we have a nice little window, we have a mirror. We basically have everything that we need. You even have like a refrigerator, hot water, and then they give you some towels. This is like, I think, a basket for laundry. They also do laundry here as well, and they have a kitchen. So I'm really excited. I'm actually going to get some sleep because I'm tired, you guys. I got up at 3:40, took 2 flights, and then I did that boat trip, and that was kind of a little bit stressful just because everybody is trying to sell you something or scam you, or, you know, it just is how it is. So yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit of sleep. I'm gonna turn the AC on, get a little bit of sleep. And then I think actually tomorrow is when I'm going to start doing some things. I might go grab some food tonight, like do a little bit, but I think tomorrow is gonna be like a full day of like going to the old stone town and seeing everything. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So the colonial period in Zanzibar is very, very interesting because the first country to actually colonize Zanzibar was Portugal all the way back in 1503, and Portugal kept control over Zanzibar for about 200 years until the Sultan of Oman took over. Then the Arabs ruled Zanzibar for a period of time, and then in 1890 the British took over from there. So this is a really interesting place to come see because there's a mixture of all different kinds of cultures. You have Swahili, you have Arabic, you have British, and then you have Portuguese influence, and that's where all the stones come from. If you've ever been to Portugal, or if you've ever been to Macau, Macau was also the first and last place to be colonized by the Portuguese in Asia. You'll see all of these stone pathways everywhere. That's just, it's once you see the stones everywhere, you know that the Portuguese have been there because that's how all of their roads look. That's just how they built everything during their colonial period. So I'm just so excited because this is such an interesting and unique place. Aspects from each culture combined together. So I'm just super excited to go out and look at all of this and see all of it. The oldest building here, from my understanding, is the old fort. The old fort, I can't remember the year it was built, but we're gonna go there tomorrow, and that should be the oldest, the very oldest building that's still here today. So yeah, it's super, super interesting place. Lots and lots of history here. And there's lots of touristy things to do here. There's so much good food here, and you can go snorkeling or scuba diving. There's just all kinds of things that you can do on Zanzibar. So I'm super, super, So Zanzibar also has a 1.3 million population. 99% of that 1.3 million are Muslim. About 2/3 are Sunni and the rest are Shia. And this is the call to prayer right now. Oldest. There are probably 30% Muslims in Tanzania compared to 99% in Zanzibar. This is because Tanzania was colonized by the Germans until World War I. Germany lost everything in World War I, of course, and then the British took over from the Germans in about 1919. So they only had the German and the British influence, whereas Zanzibar had that period where the Sultan of Oman ruled the island for a little bit of time. So there's a big difference in the population and the religion of both places. Yeah, 99% Muslim here, about 30 or 34% Muslim in Tanzania. Everything is so close by in this stone town that I'm only a 6-minute walk away from the old fort. That's where we're headed to now. We're pretty close to where the ferry is. Here are the ports. And there's a little meeting point cafe over here. I might grab some coffee there before heading to the old fort. The old fort's just around the corner. There's a lot of people that'll come up and try to talk to you when you're here, so you just have to be really, really careful. And they'll follow you around there. You might want to get a guide if you're not used to dealing with people following you around all the time. I've been traveling for such a long time that it doesn't bother me anymore, but you can get a guide here. These people have their guide, and they'll basically just show you all the parts of Old Town. They're pretty cheap and affordable too. Lots and lots of cats here. You'll typically see cats in Muslim majority countries. Muhammad was said to really like cats, not like dogs, and that tradition still follows today. All right, here we are at the old fort. This is the oldest building still here in Stone Town. And it definitely does look like maybe the oldest. Look at the wear and tear. I think this over here is also part of the old fort. I'm not sure what this building was used for, but it looks to be about the same age as this one over here. This is a very small fort. I thought it was going to be larger, but it fits perfectly into kind of like this little area over here. Pretty amazing. Wow, I've never seen something like this. I have the wires hanging from this historic building. It's the oldest fort, oldest building in Zanzibar. And look what they're doing to it. Huh. I think this thing was built around the 1400s too. I think it was 1460 when it was built. I could never imagine seeing this anywhere else where they're hanging these wires off of it. If you look, I thought this might just be damage, like from the building being old, but it looks like there's also some graffiti, or somebody's put something on the building here. You can see the scribbles. That's a little bit disheartening to see an old building like this in this condition. They actually have a cafe now in this old fort. You can go inside and see it. They have a little marketplace inside too. So they want you to come in and buy some things. Looks like they have some artwork, some clothing. And then they have kind of like an amphitheater or a stage in the middle. It's crazy that they're using a historic building for this. This is kind of, it's kind of shocking, to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen a historic building used in such a way. And I don't know if it really should be used like this. It should be kept, it should be kept as a historic site. I think I'm gonna buy my souvenir cup that I get in every place, and then I might move on to something else. It looks like they've actually built on to the old fort. They have these kind of makeshift stores coming out of the fort. This is all new wood that they've added on, and then they've attached these things to the building. This is very interesting. So this old fort was erected by the Omani Arabs from Oman. About 1700, they don't have the exact year, from minerals of the Portuguese chapel and stone residence nearby, besieged during civil disturbances in 1753 and 1784. It was later used as barricades and then a prison, and it was used as repair shops for the railroad. Wow. Hello. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
mấy chị lên.
Hello. Hi. The same stone Portuguese pathways are still here from the 1400s. It's really amazing to see. There's been some erosion from the rain, but basically the exact same pathways are still here. It's pretty amazing. I think this place is called Karafu Coffee House. Has a really simplistic, nice design to it. They got a cheese croissant and some of their V60 filtered coffee. And then we'll head over to St. Joseph's Cathedral. This is the Zanzibar newspaper. It's still written in English, even though a lot of people in Zanzibar speak different languages or Afrikaans. When I bought this rain jacket, I thought it was too expensive, and to be honest, it might be one of the best investments I've ever made. I don't think I'm coming back to Africa without it because it always rains in Africa and it's so sporadic. I also these boots because they're so good for in the rain. They're not just good for safaris, you can use them when you're going down the streets of the old stone town in Zanzibar. Right, St. Joseph's Cathedral should be up here around the corner. Okay, I might have to come back to this. I think it opens up at 3 p.m. and I'm a little bit too early, but here's St. Joseph's Cathedral. It was built during the British colonial period. This is where the 1% of Catholics come for church every week. It was built around 1863. 1863, okay. I think that was actually before the British came over and colonized. Their colonization was around 1890, I believe. This is 18, it said 18, let me look at it again. I think they said 1830 something. Yeah, oh, 1863, I'm sorry. So it was about 30 years before the British colonial period. I'll come back to this so I can go inside. All right, we are here at the Freddie Mercury Museum in Zanzibar. I know Freddie Mercury was of Indian descent, but I don't know how Zanzibar ties into it. I guess maybe his parents or his family were from Zanzibar. I'm honestly not sure. I guess we'll go find out. Wow. So Freddie Mercury was born here in Zanzibar during the British colonial period. But he was of Indian descent. Southeast Asian, or Asian Indian descent. Freddie Mercury's birth certificate. His birth name is Farouk Bulshara. This is him with his nanny here in Zanzibar. Baby pictures of him. It's him with his mom. He moved to India when he was 8 years old. And then when Zanzibar gained independence from Britain, he moved to the UK. Hello. Looks like they're doing some construction over here. Oh wow, they even tell you the project. This is called Proposed Africa House Garden to be built at Shingani, Zanzibar. And they even tell the client's name. Huh. You don't see that a lot. We're right off the coast here, so there's a lot of hotels. This whole stone town is very touristy. It's kind of nice though. You see some tourists. It's not overwhelming with tourists. It's just a little bit of tourists. The only annoying thing is people really haggle you here. They want money, which is understandable, but it'd be nice if they didn't come up and harass you for money. Like right now. Speak of the devil, they're asking me if I need a taxi. There's little coffee shops here. It's very westernized. There's a lot of trash too, though. I mean, trash construction, that's not nice, but everything else here it's a pretty fun little touristy spot to check out. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Khalil. I have no idea. But this was once the site of the old slave market. And I guess this word, Hallel, I don't know how to say it, but it means noise of joy and agony. This was the slave market under the Omani rule, or the Muslim rule, here in Zanzibar. And it makes sense because this is right off the coast. These were the hammamni baths that were put in during the Sultan's reign in the 19th century. Looks like this is the largest Persian bath in Zanzibar. It was built around 1870 to 1888. Here's the East African slave trade exhibit. I'm going to go in here. This is where the former slave market site was. One of the few. The other one was the one that we just saw. And then over here, they have the Anglican Church of Tanzania. And it has their Sunday and Saturday services here. So yeah, let's go see this exhibit. Okay.
We have a church, last one exhibition room. So from here we're going to start inside the church.
Okay.
Yes.
Inside the church. Looks like this is the Anglican Church. They don't let you come through this exhibit without a guide as well. Okay. So what year was this church built?
Yes, this church was built in 1873 after abolishment of slave trade by the English.
Oh, by the English, okay.
Yes.
And it's an Anglican church?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Anglican Cathedral.
Okay.
Zanzibar, we have 7 Anglican church. For all Anglican church, this is a main.
Oh, okay.
So it's active church every Sunday. Anglican members, they came here to pray.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. So Edward Steer built this church on top of the former slave market. He was English and was one of the first people to come over and spread the Anglican church to Zanzibar.
In Sweden, she was a teacher of the artist in Bagamoyo, 1987-98. So this is the underground slave chamber where slaves they were used to keep for 2 or 3 days before to be sold. This room it was for the men. It was 30 to 50 men, and the next one it was for the women, 50 up to 75. That time it was no light, no air, and also the roof it was a bit higher because the upper building was built as a hospital. So when they built hospital, the roof is meant to be lower. Yeah, and the windows are original from that time, but because many people are here, some of them they were sitting close to the window and they blocked the windows. That time Stone Town it was surrounded by the sea water. During the high tide, water was coming inside here. Down it was for the toilet. So during the high tide, water was cleaning out. But people died here because of disease and suffocation. They suffocated. Yeah.
Okay. A woman came into the court and accused a man of having unjustly enslaved her. Evidence was produced and the woman was liberated. The man was fined 40 rupees. The 20 rupees were handed to the woman as compensation. She was asked shortly after what she was going to do with the 20 rupees, and she once answered, "I shall buy a slave with it." Oh. David Livingstone was from Scotland. He was a Scottish missionary and a doctor and explorer. And an abolitionist. That, I believe, is where Livingstone, Zambia comes from, the name Livingstone, Zambia. He was an anti-slavery activist here in Africa. And there he is. Lots of people say that the English started to do away with slavery because they built machines. They didn't need the slaves anymore. Really, it's because of the Barbary pirate slave trade. The Protestants and Catholics had a different view of slavery. The Catholics would go buy back the white slaves that were enslaved by the Barbary pirates, and the Protestants would make truce or deals with them to not enslave their people. So the English and the Scottish were the Protestant groups that outlawed it to basically try to call a truce to the Barbary pirate slave trade and the transatlantic slave trade. Here they have some textiles to make some clothing, some dresses from. They have literally every textile you could ever think of, every fabric. It's kind of cool. Looks like this is the textile market. Almost everything here is textile or fabrics to make clothing from. Once you get away from the clothing and the textiles, it turns into some sort of a food market over here. You can go over here and buy bread, groceries. Looks like they have some fruit, a little bit of everything. look over there and see what they have. It looks like an indoor, some kind of indoor shopping center. They also have some more down here. Let's go down here and try these vendors. We'll let this guy pass.
My friend. This area over here is getting really, really messy. Looks like there's some more little shops down here. You can go get some electronics, money exchange. I think I'm gonna head back where I was before and go through the old stone town, head back to St. Joseph's Cathedral, and then head back to the hotel. I'm debating if I should try to go inside of the elusive hole of marketplace in there. It's gonna be so overcrowded, but I could probably get some cool footage inside, so I guess I'll go. Gotta cross the street first.
Look to our friend. I'll see you take photo. Don't like to take photo.
Oh, he doesn't want the photo taken. Look at him trying to scam somebody, but doesn't want his photo on picture. Oh man. All right, guys, we're going in. Look at all of that.
Jumbo.
Hello, ladies. Welcome. Hello.
And some spices. There's some vanilla beans. They tried to sell me 3 vanilla beans earlier for $23,000. I think this is the spice market, or the so-called spice market, or vegetable market here. Yeah, it looks like they have a little bit of everything. Here's some more vanilla bean. I think I'll get some vanilla bean before I leave here. Lots and lots of cats. There's always cats everywhere. Let's try to go down here and see what there is. Here's self-care products. This looks like, it definitely looks like a local market. It looks like this is where the locals are shopping and not really the tourists. Maybe the tourists come through every once in a while for a peek, but it's mostly locals here, it looks like. It's a big marketplace too. I think we're coming to the end though. Here we are on the other side. Look how quick that was. Maybe a 3 or 4 minute walk through the marketplace. Okay, it wasn't as big as I thought it was.
There's a milk bar. They might sell fermented milk over there. Pharmacy. The most amazing part is just the old stone buildings, I think. That's really the best part about Zanzibar is just the architecture, the old architecture that's still here. Some of it is in disrepair though. Old Fort is obviously not well taken care of, but the majority of the buildings are, they're functional, I guess you could say. A cat. Dude, what the fuck? Some of these people do not need driver's license. And now we're getting back into the old stone town and out of the marketplace. Okay, it's after 3 p.m. and it's still not open. I thought it would open around 3 p.m., but looks like it's closed. I'll go to the other side and see if it might be open then, but I don't know if it is. I don't think we'll get a chance to go inside and look. All right, it looks like I found the entrance on the other side. Here's the St. Joseph Catholic Cathedral of Zanzibar. I think we can go inside. This is now open to the general public. Okay, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. The entrance is $2 or 5,000 shilling. Okay, online it said 3 p.m., but I guess it's 9 to 6 p.m. every day. Okay. Thank you. I paid the 5,000 shilling entrance fee and they brought me in here. It's like a little closet full of old relics. I guess this is the museum part. I don't know. Here's a British colonial officer with Islamic slave traders in Zanzibar. It doesn't say the name of the British individual. These people were called the Tipu Tip. It says they were the most notorious Islamic slavers. It looks like this is just some old photos. I can't believe they keep them in this condition. This is not good. Oh man, I mean, it's dirty. Nothing's organized. And these are old relics that need to be kept safe, and look at the condition that they're put in. This is actually pretty disheartening to see this. This is what the Catholic Church looked like originally. They're not safe either. I mean, they're not watching any of this stuff. I could steal some of the stuff, I wouldn't, but this is not in good condition, and they're all dirty. It's not being kept safe. They're actually putting trash in some of the, I think these are old offering baskets or something. It looks like they're storing trash inside of them. And there's the Islamic call to prayer. Oh man, this is really sad. Some kind of hole in the ground. That's kind of creepy. Hi. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, here's the entrance to the church. Looks like this church is still used regularly. Oof. There's some plastic chairs here where more people are sitting on Sunday, it looks like. Extra seating. There's an old fountain. The Germans were here before the British were. This was built in the 1860s, so this might have been during the German colonial period, I believe. It's so dark in here. They don't turn the lights on. Here's JFK at the church in 1963. And Winston Churchill, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and Joseph Stalin. All together. We have tons and tons of stores selling Tanzanite. Tanzanite is this blue gem that's found here. I don't know how authentic the Tanzanite is though. Each one of these pieces is about 700 USD, but they're not going to put all of these pieces all in one place if they're each $700. It's too much inventory to lose over one place, so I think you could probably get it cheaper somewhere else. I think it's just kind of like a tourist trap. I think they take you on boat rides over here. Try to sell you stuff.
Rain already stopped. How are you? You. Welcome Zanzibar. Zanzibar kuna matata.
I think I'm gonna go get some dinner at this Cape Town fish market. Hopefully the fish is fresh. I assume it would be, but oh, they even have sushi here. I wonder what that entails. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go here and get some fish. Thank you. Got some hot chocolate because it's cold and raining here. I don't want to get any more coffee because I've had coffee all day. I love Africa though because it's so easy to find coffee, or at least in South Africa, here in the more touristy parts, you can get iced coffee anywhere. Jumbo is Swahili. for hello. So you'll hear people say jumbo, jumbo when you're walking down the streets here, and it means hello if you come. Ooh, this looks delicious. I got a poke bowl. Has some edamame, some tuna, some fish, avocado, and then I got some of these salmon and avocado sushi sandwiches. Yum.
Man, what a great deal. All of that sushi and hot chocolate was only $20 USD. It's getting kind of late, so I think I'm going to head over to the hotel or the Airbnb now. Kind of hang out there, do some work, and then tomorrow morning I think I'm going to go all the way up north to the beach, or that's what my plan is. We'll see how well that works out. They do have Uber here, so it's pretty easy to get an Uber and head up north if you wanted to.
During dinner time, they also have all of these food vendors set up. They do an okay job at keeping the flies off, I guess. Let's see. And it's only like an 8-minute walk back to my Airbnb or my hotel. This is actually a hotel. You can book it off of Google if you want to, but I just did it through Airbnb. It was like a couple dollars more to book it through Airbnb. This place is also called the Nashu or the Nashu House. If you guys want to stay here, it's about $30 USD per night. It's raining again today in Zanzibar. I think I'm going to try to go to the beach maybe tomorrow. I'm also heading to the Zanzibar airport tomorrow, which is actually closer to the South Beach. So I think I'll try to do that the next day. And then today, I'm going to go to an old Portuguese arch, which is amazing that it's still here, all the way back to when the Portuguese were here. I'm going to go get some breakfast or some lunch first. I kind of have a late start to the day, so I'm going to go back to the Cape Town fish market and go get some lunch, and we'll do that, and then we'll just kind of do some more exploring around the stone town.
Oh my God! Are you okay? That's the back of us. Tati!
Aww, you're so cute. Ferry, I don't have any food for you. You have a quail fed though. These are some prawn croquettes. I think they have some cheese inside of them. And then I got it's like a crab roll. It has some crab inside, spicy mayo. This looks amazing. These prawn croquettes are really good. They have some cheese inside, pieces of prawn. They're so good. Or shrimp.
Hello, beautiful.
Sample maybe. Good price for you. Piece of island.
here at the Zanzibar airport, and it's a big mess. You try to go through the departures and they send you back to the ticket office. So I'm taking this airline called Oric Air, and the door won't open. They're not here. And I don't even know what I'm doing here. I guess I need to check in, but there's nobody here to check me in. Oh man, what a mess. They only let you check in 1 hour before your flight. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to go to the restroom at the airport, and it's just disgusting. Every single bathroom that I've seen here is just like this. What are you doing?
Transport.
Nope. Nope. This guy is harassing me out here. He won't stop. Just got to the Dar es Salaam airport from Zanzibar, and I've been trying to wait for an Uber for over an hour. They keep canceling. They'll call and ask for cash, and then when you say no, you're not going to give them cash, they cancel. So I've gone through like 10 Uber drivers. This is so frustrating.
Are you there, Terminal 2? I'm coming Terminal 2.
Okay.
And then you change, and then you say come there, Terminal 1.
Passengers, that's right.
Yes, I say, when are you calling you?
You have the live location where I'm at. It shows you the live location where the passenger is.
Okay.
So that green dot,
okay,
that's where I
and,
was.
And this time,
Uber thinks that
I'm coming for take you.
Uber thinks that this is Terminal 2.
The map is showing Terminal 2. Yes.
Uber thinks this is Terminal 2.
I agree.
You know where the passenger is because you'll see a green dot on the map.
Yes, it is Terminal 2.
So wherever the passenger is,
Terminal 2.
that's where you want to go to pick them up.
Problem.
It says Terminal 2. That's right. That's right, because yep, Uber calls this Terminal 2, but you have the live location on your phone.
Very problem.
Okay. Okay, so you know where the map is. You can see the map and see where we're going, right?
Where are you?
Look at the map. Where are we going on the map? Do you see the location? Do you see the navigation? It's going to give you directions, and it also has a map. If you go to the upper left corner. Yeah, Sally's home near, J-N-I-A. It shows you on the map where to go. You guys, I've about had it. I'm ready to go home. I don't even want to be in Africa anymore. This is so frustrating. Just common, simple, like common sense. It's like common sense is illegal in Africa. That's what it feels like. Like he has the location of where we're going on his phone, but he acts like he doesn't know where the location is. This was playing the entire night, you guys, and it's like 6:30 a.m.